say Newbee has a better draft. They have like better tower hitters. They don't need as much, or they don't need as much farm on their cores. And they have better lanes.
I think that's the big concerns that Limmy brought up, like what this Tidehunter is actually going to do in the laning phase. Tough to see him going up against the Skywrath TB.
He can be a sponge. That's what we call it. You just absorb a lot.
You don't like. There's no sponge roll. Like when you hover over here. There's, oh, gotta make. Don't forget to get a sponge, guys. You know you don't want to leave home without one.
That's because those rolls are for cavemen who don't understand the advanced tactics.
They call
that LGD brings to Dota.
They call it durable.
I know the tactics they brought this game, Ben. They're called the "Let's Go Die" tactics.
Hey, Yao's favorite team is LFY. He's a traitor.
Is it really?
Look at his little statue in the space.
Victoria with the cheeky little sentry plant.
See, he just sponged up like half.
Look at
Kaka's mana.
God, slaughtering LGD already.
Sponge one clarity.
Yeah, go back to Fountain Victoria.
But it's before creep spawn, so it's value, right?
Yeah, why doesn't Skywrath go back? Come on, Kaka.
Yeah, he probably could have made it back.
You mean with his 375 move speed?
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah.
So it is just the standard lanes here, it looks like, from LGD. We're going to be running that off-lane Tidehunter. The safe lane CK, probably a dual lane, maybe a tri-lane. KP on the off-lane Void for Newbee, so nothing surprising as far as the lane setup goes. Uh-oh. Mr. 11. Poking the proverbial bear here.
Oh, Ame already skilled Chaos Strike first.
Take some heavy damage.
Is that standard?
I mean, if they're not tri-laning, they don't really have any kill potential, right?
No, but the level 1's really weak. You only get 25%.
12% of the time.
25% extra damage.
Works every time.
Yeah. So that's a what? 30% increase in damage with some lifesteal?
Yeah, that's
sure.
That's pretty.
It's better than the 0%
terrible.
of a Chaos Bolt or Reality Rift that you're 100% not going to use.
You can Reality Rift.
He's just going to Time Walk it off.
He's gonna Time Walk a crit off too.
That's true, but that doesn't cost you precious mana. Precious, Lumi.
His levels are too next level. It's the anti-sponge.
Look at that crit.
Oh. Wow.
See? Value. Look at that mana. 251 out of 251. 100% mana.
I guess if you know how to prime it like a god, you could. This is actually like more effective. You hit the creeps 3 times, walk up to the CK, give him a crit, go back to the creeps.
Well, now he knows he has crit, so he's not scared of, like, he can time lapse without fear.
Oh, Victoria.
Usually you're scared of like the stun to cold feed into reality.
Yeah, but then you know once he gets level 2, it's a guessing game.
Oh, look at those crits!
Wow, he's owning. Ame.
The 83 damage crit.
Let's just say that he's been critting more than 12% at a time.
Yes.
Can you give me that in fraction form?
12% of the time, 100% of the time.
12 out of 100. You're welcome.
That's 1200% crit.
Or some would say 6 out of 50. 3 out of 25.
Lumi.
Got him.
I'm trying to observe here. Let's not get carried away with the math, okay? We've got a little skirmish breaking out as Kaka. Thunder Pursuit has the move speed necessary to get back to safety.
Faith Magic Missile mid-row. Like, if that row connected, I think Kaka just dies. Good stuff.
So the dual lane's actually doing okay with the help of the Earth Spirit. Kaka might need to go mid or find a new home. It good news for Newbee, though. SCCC is owning maybe so far. So, doesn't really need the help, per se. KP getting his levels here in the off lane. 11 still a tiny bit under level. He is contesting.
I am surprised that Kaka didn't start mid. I feel like that was a lane where you could get back the half level advantage and then go back top.
Yeah. The business.
The business, yeah.
It's pretty good to hero to do it against too. Storm without a stick.
Yep. Interesting, SC is starting with the stick. I guess Storm does remnant a lot in the lane to CS and harass. It's not something that you see like a full magic wand upgrade. Uh-oh. Going for the courier. Courier got upgraded. All right, somebody was microing, but then Storm died.
Kako.
It's distraction.
It was for me too. So. Side. Victoria now getting slowed down a little bit. They chase onto him with the reflection. Moogie just savagely rips through him. Easy takedown for him. So things looking up here for Newbee. 2 kills for them. Strong early start. CS-wise, they're on top on very slightly on all 3 lanes here. So it's looking good early.
One thing I've noticed, every single time I see Newbee in this tournament, they're playing Dire. No matter if they have first or second pick.
Oh, maybe. The hate parade continues. He is not getting help, guys. Our Spirit, haven't really seen him at all in his lane. Victoria's been top, he's been bottom now. It's not really been mid. And the AA obviously not the best rotator. No defensive supports to save that Storm when he gets dove, and he is punished.
This early game is going about as how you would expect for LGD, though. I think Storm Spirit and Chaos Knight, they just really don't do that much until later. Ooh, almost got Kaka. Not quite.
Feels bad. Thought he might be able to stay in range for one more melee with the Oov slow, but I guess he's still a little too slow for that. No boots. Any surprises here as far as the lanes go? Anything that you guys would like to see changed at this point?
They're gonna at least get maybe to level 6, but even that's not gonna be that big a deal because they are gonna have
Ancient Seal.
Ancient Seal, yeah. And LCC also went for the 2.10 Waning Rift, which is also gonna cause even more problems for the Storm Spirit. A very aggressive build, and part of the reason why he's died so many times in lane.
The no phase build, yo.
Just kind of ignoring 11 for now. Letting him skip over to those camps, but Mookie's still keeping his own farm up quite healthy as they are diving KP on the bottom lane. Got the tail end of that, but looks like the Reality Rift. Some auto attacks, netting the kill. And no support for the Void either. And meanwhile, Kaka lurking in the jungle. Let's see that courier. Tries to get away, has the bracer. Already the infuse raindrop, so he's relatively tanky. Victoria seems to be suspicious. I think he saw the Skyreth move into the neighborhood with the Observer Ward over yonder. It's been there for a little while. Can't find him though. So now they're going to look for the dive here, potentially. Kaka setting up, the coil comes through. Not level 6 yet on Maybe. He's pretty close. He's not going to get there in time. Down he goes. Now SCCC with Kaka as well, chasing out after Victoria. Victoria's still no boot, so they can really commit for this. KP's moving into position as well. Wants a PC out. They might die for both of them. We'll have to see. Trying to bait LGD away from that tower. The orb forward. SCCC with the silence. Only level 2. They haven't finished Victoria off. One more auto attack will do the trick. Time walking off a bit of damage. They force the maybe rotation. Still not level 6, so he's missing some experience mid. He's not getting kills either. He is trying to run down KP here. Doesn't have a point in the pull just yet. No Electric Vortex for him. No Arcane Burn for him. Nothing for Maybe. Except maybe this kill on Kaka. No, this even this is a bait. Even this.
Oh, just get your 6, my friend. Just get your 6.
They try to save that for Puck.
Yeah.
Puck got a little bit greedy and waited a little bit too long. He wasn't sure whether to TP down bottom or TP back to base because he was very low on mana. But with Arcane and Shrine, it would have been better than a free trip to the fountain.
Sad times for Storm.
I wonder if he's gonna have time to recover, because the nature of this Newbee draft, they just walk into a lane, coil one person, terribly shows up, kill one person, and push. I'm not sure if LGD can counterplay. I guess Ravage is really the only counterplay, but if you mess it up,
you are in trouble, and 11 might be as well, but the bait has been sprung, and now they're gonna move in. Trap revealed. LGD, they get the low duration stun, but the high damage roll, and that's enough to kill up the TB. They'd love to get Faith too.
oh,
Where's the crits when you need it? 12%. 12%.
In the high Phantasm roll.
SC mess up some spells in the mid lane. Coil, Orb, then miss his Raining Rift. Was not the play. Storm lives.
This is a pretty farmed Skyrath here, 203, rolling around with the double bracers. Looking for that early Atos.
Bad luck with runes for maybe. Would have been an easy regen room if it had spawned bottom.
Do you guys view it as a good Storm comeback type game?
Not really. Too much. There's like 3 long duration control. Skyrath silence, Puck silence, and Faces Void ulti.
Also, there isn't any like super easy pickoffs. Like I think Venge is really the only one. Skyrath sort of could defend himself. The rest of the cores are very, very hard to kill.
Well, if Storm can't come back easily, how do you see LGD's route back in this game? Are they just looking for big team fights around the tide, or anything else they can do? Can CK try to get fat?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think it's actually all up to the tide. This reminds me of like EG's Storm game from Smell yesterday. It was just like there's just no good target that he could go on.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, even the ones that are squishy are dangerous to
Right.
jump, right? That's the worry here. Especially a Skyrath this farm is not an easy kill.
I think a lot of it depends on how well they can coordinate with the AA level 6 too. He's just a couple of creeps away, so now they can start setting up some more kills. Storm Spirited plus AA, even Earth Spirit plus AA could potentially yield a kill, and I think Newbee can shore that up by getting a pipe on one of their heroes. Actually, they don't really have any good pipe heroes.
Radiant's
Vengeful Spirit, I suppose, but she's probably the slowest farmer of them all.
Oh, Kaka being hounded here in the mid lane. Big commitment from Maybe. Will get the kill. Meanwhile, Radiant Courier down. Got sniped behind this tower by SCCC. And had quite a few consumables on it that you'd like to have right now. Some wards, some raindrops. So that's a pretty costly courier pickoff. The struggles continue for LGD. Nothing coming free this game. I keep on trying to adopt the SC moniker, but I just can't do it, Lumi. I gotta
easier.
show all the C's the respect they deserve.
All right.
If he wanted to be called SCCC or SC, he could just had his SC.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
I'm
I
just being
feel
lazy.
wrong, and disrespectful. One of the great mids of our era.
Do you feel disrespected when people call you
2-minute smoke.
louding?
Loud guy. I feel honored. Apparently, he's one of the better Chinese casters I've heard. Mally speaks Thai. Not that Mally speaks Chinese. They'll make their move here on Mugi. He does somehow barely get clipped by the cold feed, and the follow-up comes through. I think a little bit there, but now the counterplay coming with the Ravage from 11, and they try to bring this puck down. SCCC not able to get his blink off as he only has a low on phase shift. So LGD find a big team fight around the Ravage, something that a lot of teams have struggled with in this tournament, but now looking for a fresh opportunity. Kaka and pretty far here. The silence comes out, and Faith looking to turn this around onto Maybe. Does have the stun, but gotta get the timing here for it. Lock position with the Magic Missile. There's no mana for Mystic Flare. Up to the high ground. Kaka in danger, but he's got the move speed to get out of here. Heads to the north. Nobody there to cut him off. Kaka living a charmed life. The juice,
Wait.
or
Not over
maybe
yet.
not. Now the Earth Spear comes in. Well, he'll get the revenge, but still Faith is here. Is close to the mana for a stun and probably going to take Victoria with him as CCC exacts his revenge. And down goes old Victoria.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Still, the Skyrath is living a charmed life, guys.
That double bracer. Doing a lot of.
Time for some fresh raindrops.
Is under attack.
The thing is, like, Sky is actually one of the best heroes to remove your raindrops. It's just. Or are you saying raindrop for the Sky?
Oh yeah, because he had some before.
Radiant's bottom tower
Maybe.
has fallen.
I think he's close enough to finishing his Atos that probably just focus on that.
Atos is pretty nice to have this game, especially early.
Additional control over Storm. It's not good. Faces Void needs a lot of items this game because he's actually like one of the better AoEers to deal with a potentially fat CK later in the game. Puck can deal with the Storm, and then it's up to the Void, I think, to deal with the Chaos Knight illusions. So Midas into.
I see a lot of Midas being queued up. Puck is getting a Midas. Void's getting a Midas.
Everybody getting their Midases on. Do you like the Midas gaming?
Yeah, I think he needs a lot of items like Midas into Mjolnir Blink, I would say. Not sure if he needs Lincolns this game. I guess it is a little bit scary playing against Chaos Knight without a Lincoln Sphere.
KP on the prowl, and he's going to find a tasty target here. The Chaos Knight, though, does have his armlet active, a very tanky takedown, but doable nonetheless. Newbee unload, and they will slay the Lord of Chaos himself.
It is dangerous against LGD in the very late game because CK 6 slot is very dangerous. Top getting refreshed is very dangerous. So to me, the Midas is good because you do need some levels on these heroes, but you can't go like 50, 60 minutes with those Midases, in my opinion.
We're gonna find 11 now, and the coil comes through. Orb as well. Goes for the TP out. Faith is there, though. Cancel it. No escape for 11. We'll try with the hood, but the auto attack damage from that double damage rune imbued puck is a bit too much.
You know,
Blitz pipe though.
we never actually see mech first anymore on Tide.
Blitz pipe.
Or just
Or
hood
Blink.
into like Blink or something. Hood always seems to be the first item.
Is mech just not that good anymore, or is it more pipe is just better?
I guess the mech, the cost of it didn't get increased. The headrest cost change is actually, I think, pretty big for that. Also, I think Hood is just a little bit more mana efficient for these offlane heroes to be like, let's say, spamming Anchor Smash in the jungle. And of course, this game you're against Skywrath Puck, so I think between the two defensive items, Hood is the better one.
Are you surprised at the lack of mech then? Just in general, more so than this game.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, not so much this game. Like, you just need people to survive. Like, if you get chronoed, you generally way rather have a pipe because it gives you that innate magic resistance. And he is very likely to get chronoed. I talked to Winter a fair amount about this matchup. Like, in theory, Faces Void pretty good versus Tidehunter because you can chrono him and he can die from 100 to 0 without cracking shell, which is generally pretty rare. But he mentioned on the flip side, like Tidehunter can jump in if Faces Void does not get the Tide in the chrono, and the Tidehunter can turn it around in the fight. But yeah, if you do get the Tidehunter in the fight, this is a much better item because it gives you a lot more passive mitigation.
One of the issues LGD is encountering here is that they are just not very good at taking objectives. So, you know, while a Newbee can just pop the Metamorph and out Terrorblade can like siege the tower pretty safely, even the Venge Puck are decent at, you know, hitting these towers are helping sustain the push. That is not the case for LGD unless they want to blow Phantasm, which they've been loath to do.
Radiant's middle tower is
So
under
they
attack.
still struggle to find much in the way of objectives, trying to pressure mid, but wave gets cleared out. We'll see a jump here from KP. He's found two. Mystic Flare comes through on top of him, maybe. And the pain
He's surviving.
does not continue. He's out, and away. But still, Storm on the run. Now Victoria's got to make the great escape. Doesn't seem likely as he gets bashed, controlled, coiled, and killed off. Well, maybe lives, but I'm just looking at net worth here, boys. He is 3,000 down on the puck. Not really that close to a Bloodstone either.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We're gonna make a move on Faith, jumping forward into the ice. Last Newbee. Lose one. 7 to 10 the score. Still a moderate lead, but by no means overwhelming here for Newbee. They do have their Veil on the puck, picked up the Dragonlance on Mookie. Getting some key mid-game on him to try and deal with this pipe, but LG pipe behind them when the Chrono's down. They don't take this tower mid while they might not be good at hitting buildings. They won't contest it here. Actually, that tier 1 mid will go down.
Tower has fallen.
They will go for 2. Wouldn't be defense, will fight.
Dire's middle
Probably just slow down the push. Like you said, LGD just don't push that well unless Phantasm is committed. So they just need like throw 2 AoE spells and it should be okay. CK is not even showing in the push. He is interested picking somebody off.
If it's just a Faceless Void, though, it's pretty hard for him to get a kill down there. Storm Spirit really needs Bloodstone to be able to fight, but it might come out post 20 minutes in this game. Terrorblade actually not surprisingly farmed given his early game. He is number 3, but still lacking in any significant item. I don't see any medallions coming out yet on this side of Newbee, so doubt they can roach anytime soon. LGD, I also don't think they have a good Roche lineup at all.
I'd say
Yeah.
both are pretty dumpster tier.
I think we're gonna see a lot of random smoke ganks, but overall, just both teams taking it slow and farm. Dire has 2 Midases, so I think they're favored.
They're not going to be happy about this, though, if Mookie gets caught out, but he's pretty tanky. This Ice Blast needs to connect, and it will. Enough for the kill. Mookie going down again.
Faith was just there to almost pop the smoke, but not quite.
This is Dota, not hand grenades.
Yep,
Doesn't count.
right idea.
So I'm very interested to see what CK buys after finishing his Echo Saber. Yesterday we saw No-Tail going for Diffusal Blade in his position, or actually Blink first, and then Diffusal Blade. If he wants to pursue more of a farming game, I think Manta Style is a decent choice. But we'll see if he's gonna go for like more of a killing-oriented build instead.
You know, we've seen the Diffusal Rush, we've seen the Manta picked up, sometimes even before the Echo Saber, we've seen the Diffusal. So, some slight variations with the CK. I guess the only big deviation is a few have gone for Midas early, but aside from that, it seems just like it's the order of the items as opposed to like getting something totally off the wall.
But No-Tail's Blink was to me a bit off the wall. But
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That was the one.
and
weird
if
one.
if he goes for Blink here, there's some decent targets that you could go for this game, like just picking up the Skyraft. Skyraft, he just dies to one Reality Rift if you have the friends next to you.
Oh, Newbee, as you mentioned, with the double Midas, very content to sit back and farm here. And LGD, the same for them. Any particular item that your team is waiting on? I mean, Storm's Bloodstone is up. We don't really seem to have anything big coming soon. The Echo Saber was complete. The Blink on the Earth Spirit is ready. The Tide is a blink. Aside from that, I don't really see much. That's like maybe the Atos. Almost done now. Shadowblade and Void is online. So, you know, there's some middling items. Not clear any of these are true game changer, but Newbee making their move now. They're just going to drop the Chrono early at 11, try to burst them down victorious. Looking for the turnaround. No chance the Tide is not a buyback. LGD need to disengage. They'll lose 2. Shouldn't be trying to take something off of this.
Yeah, they're
Just waiting.
They're getting tier 2 or Roche. This is a bad sign for LGD when your tie with Pipe can't even stand in the front by himself. There is no save from this lineup right, from LGD, so that could happen over and over and over again. And without the Tide, I don't think LGD has any way to take like good team fights. They'd even commit Mystic Flare for that.
Yeah, they still have more damage at their disposal if they want. As Newbee try to take down this Roshan. Ame moving in, he manages to pull Mookie out of the pit and just decapitates him. The power of the CK. Finally, Kaka will end it, but damage done. A triple kill for the night. And LGD stave off the Roche attempt. It's low enough that they might try to steal it themselves.
I think they will because they have Ravage backup, right? The whole thing about spending that Chrono is getting the Aegis as a payoff before the Tide comes back, but Ame SSJ3 just went in. What happened there?
CK did a crap load of damage, it seemed like.
I think Sky casted his... Sky casted from inside the pit. He casted an Arcane Bolt and they gave vision inside the pit, and then he Reality Rifted
Okay.
from...
Well, I think AA was also just throwing like Ice Vortex around and stuff like that.
Yeah, he had vision inside the pit,
Yeah.
and then he pulled them out, which is pretty much easy kill.
He also got like
Haven't seen a Sunder yet this game.
some big crits.
Nope. The Venge is supposed to be there to swap him out, but Venge is playing in a very offensive position, so unable to get the swaps up. I mean, that's pretty much what you want from the Chrono, right? You just instantly kill the Tidehunter, he doesn't get any spells off, and then you go on from there, but they still need to save some sort of AoE for the back line, and they're still pretty weak. Again, no Vlads, because Shadow Faceless Void went for the Shadowblade instead. They don't have a Medallion, so this Roche is going down very, very slowly, and like the downside of not having these Roche items, which I do stress almost every game, is just so that you don't get picked off inside the pit when it's at like 20%. You're just stuck in a terrible position. You're at like half health, and then if you leave Roche, and you keep fighting, you might die and lose Roche. And the importance of having these Roche items is to not put you in this compromising position. You either take down that 20% way faster, or you have to sustain so that if they fight you, you're in fighting shape, and you don't have to go to Tryon and back off. Tryon was up for them, but they just couldn't the pit.
Well, LGD now, just like that, their first lead of the game, about 24 minutes in. They have the Bloodstone Storm, 2 extra charges, Aegis online, and maybe is on the move. He's got Yao by his side. They might be able to jump this puck as Triple C. Oh, he does blink back still. Maybe he's there to cut him off. In comes the whole LGD gank squad, and they pound him down.
I don't think they've actually done enough damage in the early game. Like Moogie talked and joked a lot about the conversion rate yesterday, but this game he actually hasn't been able to do that much. They've taken down 2 towers this game, and he also didn't go for a Manta first. I think going for Manta first is a pretty big deal because they have 2 very long, they have the Earth Spirit silence, which is very long, and a CK stun. He needs to be able to get out of it. Even Cold Feet's like pretty important. He killed him the one time on top where they smoked and killed him inside the neutrals. And having a way out of these so that you can actually cast Sunder without having to get babyset by your Frontal Spear is a big deal in these fights. I think getting off Sunder is just a game changer in a lot of these.
Newbee laying into this tower. Good stun on 11. Lost in position now. They get off the Chrono. They can try to burst him now. It's Mystic Flare coming through. The Void auto attacks. They get the kill. That's more like it for Newbee. Now trying to move on to that Storm. But remember, he does have Aegis. He's got 4 extra Bloodstone charges. This Storm is doing a decent amount of damage. With the Magnetize coming through, Victoria commits. On round 2, though, there's the Sunder from Moogie. If they can get a stun off on Maybe, he's in a lot of trouble. Hard hitting, fast hitting, Terrorblade brings him low. Doesn't finish him off. Will have to retreat in the end. Almost killed him, but not quite. Now KP on the run. He'll be chased down, but does have the Shadow Blade to get back to safety. Does he dare go back in?
Vengeful Spirit casting that urn on him, MVP. The Storm Spirit had a regen on him and got popped because of the urn. Oof. They'd be able to get a lot more.
Yeah, so, you can see it's a very fragile game. Like Newbee, if there's no Aegis there, they crush that fight.
Yep. Also, it's so important for Terrorblade to get his Manta ASAP. That last fight, he was looking for a good Thunder the whole time. Couldn't get one off because all the good opportunities that he had, he was silenced. Ended up Thundering the Venge, which caused Faith to die earlier as well. I think if he was able to Thunder, let's say, the Earth Spirit or Storm, I think that team fight goes differently as well.
I think the Manta rush over the Dragon Lance would have been better for him. I know that he is the main tower sieger, but it's even more important to stay alive than to be able to siege towers. But, you know, it's a little bit of hindsight talk there.
Big commitment for Maybe. Wants a piece of Faith. Boulder Smash actually not going to connect because Maybe pulled him back too far. Still, though, that last auto attack with the overload damage secures the kill. And LGD march forward. TD not going for the early Manta and not even going for it now. He's backing off for the BKB after the Dragon Advance.
I think BKB is fine.
So he'll have a tool for this Orchid.
Yeah.
Storm has just...
The other big thing about, regardless of BKB or Manta, is whether he gets hit by the Ice Blast or not. Like, that is going to pressure his timing to use Thunder. I don't know, it feels like a very rough game for Terrorblade. I could see him getting blue route, just die before any spell comes off.
LGD very confident here, moving on to the high ground, forcing out the Glyph. They are fighting their way into the Chrono, a fresh BKB on Moogie. Is this
they
enough?
also still have Phantasm up.
Yeah, I'm surprised
they're
going to start it off with the Chrono. They did not catch 11, though. Makes the fight hard. The Ravage comes from the far side of that Chronosphere. 11 looking to turn things around. The Storm still relatively healthy. Maybe engages forward. Can't bring down KP, though. Time walks up the damage. Great swap by Fate to keep him alive. And now LGD are on their heels, yet to get a kill. Down to CK, down at Earth Spirit, and moving backwards as Triple C. Eul Scepter cooling down. Needs to lock down Yao here with the Bell. The auto attacks. They get 3. They didn't even lock down the Tide.
I think Ami got too greedy by not using his Phantasm. Like, they could basically use Phantasm, and if they don't feel safe enough, back off with the main DK and allow your illusions to hit. Put the Tide in the front.
He never got his BKB off either.
Well, that's because they also didn't have sentries inside the fight. I think there was a multitude of things that went wrong. No vision of the Faceless Void, so you can't reactively pop your BKB because you don't see him. And then also, he didn't cast Phantasm, so like it was pretty much just a wasted opportunity for him. It's not like he's going to be able to use Phantasm for, you know, he's not going to get value out of it by saving it in this circumstance, but... He wanted to get value out of his spells, Like he wanted to be able to, BKB out of a silence or BKB during the Manta or BKB during the Chronosphere and then turn around and slaughter them. So there was some upside to it, but getting guaranteed damage on the tower is the way a lot of players do play.
Yep. I think they could have gotten the tier 3, which changes the
Changes the game a lot.
Yeah.
Suddenly you're getting those shrines. The Storm can do more around the map more confidently.
I would also say that the Tidehunter ulti came out a little slow. Like Skyrise still got both his spells off. He got the Silence and the Mystic Flare off on the CK before the Ravage came out. I think if only one gets off, CK can pop his BKB.
There was like a half second of hesitation, which cost him quite a bit.
All right, back in 4th game after that fight. The nearly 8k gold swing that LGD have worked for is virtually eradicated, now back down to just about even.
I don't even think he had his armlet on when he got chronoed.
I'm not sure.
I was like checking his, I was like looking at him expecting him to cast Phantasm. I'm pretty sure he didn't have armlet on too. Probably not that huge of a deal, but still something small. That little bit of extra HP can help a lot during chrono.
Yeah, they're still not prepared with... Oh wait, they do have a set of Sentry. 1 Sentry on Yao.
Maybe does have a lot of charges. He's sitting at 19 right now. And he has his DKB completed too. And next road is going to be very, very soon for them.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, for Newbee, Manta coming soon for Moogie, trying to claw his way back into this game. SCCC is queuing up the Dagon 5. Getting closer and closer to the level 25. Very dank 420 gold per minute. That's definitely one of the best.
Yeah, he would be number 1 in our ranking, Lou. 420 GPM, level 25.
I think so. 'Cause he's already so good.
That's just so good.
Yeah, I can't think of anything top of my head that beats
420. Yeah.
Certainly not if you're giving bonus points for memes. Then it's no contest.
I thought 300 was incredible. That's what it was before.
What was Puck's the other one? Oh, the faster orbs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he had like 2 charges of orb and that speed, I'd probably still get 420.
You'd probably still get the gold, yeah. What if it was like triple the speed and 2 charges?
Triple the speed, I'd probably get it. If you already had Midas in 5 slots, I would.
The only time I ever got the orb speed is like, we're up all 3 Raxes. We're about to finish the game. The 420 does nothing there, and then you can silence some kids with the orb speed. Yeah, so that's it. If you think the game will go on for more than like 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
420.
The illusory orb is just like a win more though, right? It's not like a comeback. It doesn't actually change the game. It doesn't win you games that you've already lost.
When you're up 3 Raxes.
Yeah. Well, Ame inside the pit. Easy Roche for him.
They will give him the Aegis, the Storm, the Cheese this time. So now he can kind of get away with what he tried to do before. They can chrono him, he can hold the BKB, he can hold the armlet, and then still get that Phantasm off. Get the BKB off and take the fight.
They need a Glimmer badly on
the Radiant.
LGD, yeah. To save someone from the Skywrath ulti and Puck Burst.
They got Pipe. I'm just surprised that Ty went back for armor instead of Greaves. Because that gives him your armor, and also...
He's dying to magic damage, though. He's not dying to... He doesn't actually need the armor that much.
Well, in the case that you don't get focused, right? Last fight, he was ignored completely.
Yeah.
The Greaves would have done a lot more, I think.
I can see that. I actually personally prefer Solar Crest on him, at least in this game. Like, I really like the pass bonuses versus Void, because you just can't guarantee that you're going to get your spells off of Chronosphere. You're not going to be a god and be able to like blink dodge all the Chronospheres, so you just have to accept that you're going to get Chronosphere, and then having those pass bonuses like the Inside Aura, the Pipe Resistance, and the evasion from Solar Crest, the passive armor too. Like, I think all these things help a lot.
Oh, he's getting Halberd, so that's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Good HP, good
evasion.
Wait, is he getting it? That's after Shiva's maybe.
No, he's got...
Oh, yeah.
LGD marching down mid. TB Illusions out in front. Moogie. Be careful. Does he even have the buyback right now? Buyback is available. Faith is nearby, also in position to tank the skank. It's revealed, and they'll jump in, only playing the bench here. Still, another blood touch for maybe. Easy for him. That's up to 20 now. Has not died since he got his bloodstone. 8 kills in a row.
Are they going to swing bottom and Phantasm for that tower? That's probably the play. Let's see if Ame uses his Phantasm this time. He probably should. Just armlet, Phantasm as you go up the hill. Seems reasonable, right? Right? Right?
Right.
Alright. Hit the building. Ty sits in the front.
Think about your tower, Cape. He's going to go in for a pretty early Chronosphere here. The Ice Blast coming through. The Chaos Knight just cleaving everybody, though. And now they didn't even manage to kill off 11. The Ravage on top of it. That might just be game.
It's GG.
They've got
Yeah, it's
buybacks,
GG.
but there's no Chrono for this next fight. And LGD say, screw it, man. Straight onto the tier 4s, just like that. LGD delivers again. Newbee might have been the favorites coming in, but LGD bringing the pain train. Just this game just slipped away from Newbee. Too many pickoffs, too many bad fights. That one Roche engagement, pretty catastrophic. And
I think it was just the one Roche engagement. Like, had they not had the double Midas, if they had a Vlad on Void and, I don't know, a Dagon on Puck,
or, you know, a medallion or something.
sure. Yep.
I also really like the way that 11 played this game. It looked dubbed that he just like died to a lot of Chronos and was just out there, but he didn't really get like multiple man Chronosphere all that much. He was in the position where you either chrono him or you get destroyed by the Ravage. And
Right.
most of the time they chrono him, and then this last particular fight they chrono him and they got destroyed by the Ravage, which is just when it becomes GG. But he got to like half HP during that chrono.
I mean,
They hesitated even going on him, like halfway through it.
Yeah.
And the CK just started killing everyone.
well, the problem is the Skywrath just got killed before he threw out his spell. Like, CK just Reality Rift on Kaka, and that was it. Had he got off his spells, I think the time might actually die.
Ame going in. Deep dive from him. Pops the BKB, but very low here. Armlet toggle. Walk away. Leave it for the team. And maybe obliges 26 Bloodstone charges and still rising. Plus 14 total on the game for him. We'll finish off that melee. And now I'll see the rotation, I imagine, on the mid. LGD just occupying the Newbee base. There's a Chrono ready for whatever good that'll do. I mean, ideally, you're getting the Chaos Knight as well as the Tide in this next fight, but the problem is Ame now is a Reaver in the backpack, continues to get more farm, still holds the Aegis. Phantasm cooling down soon. Doesn't even seem to need it to kill off these buildings. This baby makes the move. Chrono committed now. It's going to hold his own Terror Blade in place. KP may have just cost Mugi his life. BKB Thunder, he survives. And now man against Ame. Can he get the kill he wants, but can he do it a second time? That's the real question. AA on the run. Newbee committing for him. They'll kill him off. Ame stays alive. Very difficult to bring down a second time, and will start to make his retreat. Storm, maybe. I once back in the fight instantly now and hunting for KP.
got dust.
Has the dust, he can pack KP down.
What a player.
I know, the
Having the dust.
just like having that thought to buy the dust after you respond like
Alright, now this is 5,000 health. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck. GG. See that heart and they call it.
They actually didn't play that well around the Terrorblade. I kept looking at the net worth, and it was only like 1,000 or 2,000 in favor of Newbee, despite them having a pretty good early game. They shut down the Storm pretty hard, and I thought that they shut down their heroes pretty hard, but they were still keeping up in farm despite being down in kills. And CK and Tide and Storm, all three of their cores got a fair amount of items.